All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave, and this is Hudson Moto. We took out the Grom. We're gonna go somewhere real quick, pick up a bike, and give you my honest review of it. But this bike right here is my 2025 Grom. Nice little commuter bike, nice little in-town bike. My buddy only lives about not even a half a mile away from me, so I'm just gonna take this over there and basically leave it there and he's gonna let me take out his beautiful new bike. But anyway, let's get on the bike. Let's get a cold start with this 2025 Honda Grom, baby. There it is. The Leo Vinci pipe sounds beautiful. Got a Leo Vinci pipe. Got a TST Industry intake. Well, it's just the intake cover. Cut out holes in it. I got the K&N air filter. And I got an ECU flash on this, the DH motoring one. This thing is, I don't want to say a monster, but it is a lot peppier than before. I want to do a couple other things with this, but if you haven't seen that video, just go back and look. But also with this tuning, I want to change the sprocket, get a little more torque. But anyway, let's get on the bike. It's actually nice to be back on the bike. I haven't ridden since the accident. Not much, just for the fact that, I was still injured, just probably around the block. This bike right here, it's always easy to jump on, get used to it real quick. It's a fun little bike, man. As a beginner user, this is an awesome bike to learn on. You'll outgrow it quick. But for a person who's experienced like me, this is just all types of fun. And all right, and here it is. Boom, 2024 Pan America Special. That's a beautiful bike. All blacked out. You got the Saddleman seat. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful seat. So this is my good friend's bike. He let me borrow it for today. He needs to put some miles on it before he goes. It is brand new. Not going to put his business out there, but he just asked me to basically put some miles on this bike for him so he could get to the first service. He hasn't really done anything much to it except the Saddleman seat. He did put some radiator guard right there. Everything else is stock, and he actually added a bag here. Now, I don't know what his plans are with this bike, but this thing is a beautiful bike. It has a adjusted suspension. It has all those fun things. What else? Still has a little off-road tires on it. I don't know what he's going to do with that, but I would just keep it like this. This is a beautiful bike. It is a little big compared to the Aprilia. The suspension is key. It lowers and goes up and down for me. That's the best part. I can't 2-foot this, but I could flat foot 1 foot comfortably and feel confident. I'm 5'7", and I got a 30-inch inseam. So, but it's a beautiful bike. We're just going to go out. I don't know where I'm going to go first. I'm thinking maybe go up 9W, come across. We'll do all those fun things like we always do. But I haven't ridden one of these since they came out in 2021. Now, they've been perfecting this. This engine is a beast. He has it in a custom mode right now. Hopefully it saves the custom mode, or maybe I'll just leave it in custom. But throttle's very responsive, and really Harley has knocked it out of the park with this. I mean, I honestly would consider getting rid of my Honda and Aprilia just for this, and even the other Harley. Um, it's a lot different. It makes power a lot different. Still a V twin. It's still revs only up to 8,000. I mean, regular V twin Harleys only rev up to about 55, 6,000. So you have 20, about 2,000 to rev up. But I'm gonna still take it easy. I think it has about 300 and something miles. The side stand thing is warning me. It's down. It's probably in the low position. The side stand is just trying to warn you. But yeah, so let's take the phone out. Now he has this beautiful Harley bag, tank bag that we can basically use here with my phone. I got my music going. I think I got two surprises for you. I'm not sure what my other friend is doing, but he also got a new bike. Man, everyone's getting a fucking new bike, man. Except, well, I got one last year. But, it's always a good time having a new bike. So I'm going to ride around. I'm actually going to text my boy Jose, and let's see where he's at. And maybe I can meet up with him, ride a little bit. But I just want to get a lot of miles on this bike. All right, so this bike has 382 miles. With Harley, you do a 1,000-mile service. That's the first service. They do tell you before the 500 mark, though, still don't rev the crap out of it. Don't use your cruise control, stuff like that, basic stuff. But honestly, I'm not going to go do that. I'm not going to go crazy. This is not my bike. MSRP on this bike now is, I think it's 21,000. That's before tax, title, and all that. So, very expensive bike. But first, let's give you a cold start here. There you go. He says he wants to put a new muffler on it, get rid of this bread box here. You do need a link pipe and all that, but that's him. He's going to be doing all that. I'm just here to help him out, put some miles on it. But let's get on this bike and let's boogie. All right, so I'm tippy toeing right now. I don't know if you could see. Indy Ridge boots, check them out, baby. And the suspension's all the way down. So 1 foot, very comfortable for me. Feel more planted, but 2 feet, tippy toeing. Now he does have this in the custom mode, so it is very, very responsive. But it is jerky though if you're not smooth with the throttle. He wants to put the quick shifter on here. This does not have a quick shifter right now. The quick shifter will be a big part. Don't worry, you'll love it once they put that on. But for right now, it is a high seating bike. I feel like, to me right now, I feel like it's almost like a sport bike wise. I'm sitting on top of it. That's how I just feel. Other people may say they feel like they're sitting in it, but I do feel like I'm sitting on top of it a little bit. Maybe just for the fact that it is a little high. For me, I am leaned over. Like I said, I'm only 5'7", but to be honest with you, I got T-Rex arms. So, but probably for my friend, he's basically comfortable on it. Feels nimble. The wind coverage right now, it is in the high setting, I think. It's manual, so you got to push it up and down. It is very windy today, so basically the pegs are okay. It's a comfortable sitting position. I probably won't get fatigued as much. Now this is the Saddleman seat. I don't remember much about the old seat because I mean that's 3 years ago. I might have to go look back at my video. Right now this Saddleman seat does feel nice. Could it be a little wider? Yeah, it's covering most of my butt, but I feel like if it was a little wider it would be helpful. But you know, this is a touring slash adventure bike, so you're going to have a bike, you know, might have a seat that's a little skinnier because you could stand up on this thing. Ooh, this thing feels nice, man. It's actually just nice to get out on twos, to tell you the truth. Fifth gear right now, cruising at 60. No problem. This engine's not even stressing. If I kick it into sixth gear, it drops down to 35 and basically just cruising along. Yeah, I do feel that suspension come down. It does help a lot. To me, these types of bikes are do-it-all bikes, right? You could tour, you could have fun in the twisties, you could, you know, go off-road. And, you know, it has the big 21-inch tire in the front and I think 18 in the back or 19 in the back. So you can off-road on this thing, definitely. For me, if I was in the market for something like this, I would get the ST for the fact that I have no desire to go off-road. I do think about it once in a while, but I'll stick to the pavement. Even in fifth gear, this thing pulls. The wind protection is actually very nice. There's a nice pocket. I don't feel as much wind on my head. It's going right over the head right now. I don't feel wind on the chest. You know, probably towards the arms, the shoulders, I feel it more because obviously this windscreen isn't, you know, it's not like a big old fairing. But this is would be very comfortable for long miles. You know, the wind isn't beating you up. Now I do have to say today, of all days, there is a crosswind. I could feel the wind going like this way to me, trying to push me to the right a little. I am fighting the bike a little, but especially on a windy day, that's to be expected. But so far, just cruising on the highway, I could see this just eating up miles. That's what Harley's known for, are their baggers. You know, they do make a comfortable bike going down the road, and sometimes if you wanted to go cross country, Harleys are the ones to do it on. I do have a gripe of, you know, you making it your own. You do have to pay that Harley tax, they say, quote unquote. The suspension's okay. You know, the power coming out of the box is good. It doesn't sound as great, but you know, everything is so regulated right now. You know, it's very hard to get a good sounding bike with a stock pipe. Although the Aprilia, after 5,000 RPMs, that thing's howled with the stock pipe, but it had a butterfly valve in it and everything, so it was quiet below 5K and all that fun stuff. But you could definitely tour on this thing. Me, I would preferably want it back like here, so I'm upright more instead of leaned forward, and maybe about another inch higher, you know. So that's what I would prefer. This position obviously is not as aggressive as my Aprilia. The Honda CBR 650 I had was a little bit more upright, and it didn't feel like this. It felt a little more leaned over. The Aprilia, yeah, I know I lean over a little bit more, but this engine is very smooth. It is torquey. I mean, just going 23 miles an hour, releasing the clutch. Look at this. I'm not even using the brake right now. That's how fast I'll slow down. A lot of engine braking, which, you know, I'm used to. The Harley has that. But this thing spins up a lot faster than the Harley. I think what I'll do is... So there is no phone mount on here, so I can't see who's texting me or not. Just has this little pouch here, which looks a little dirty. But maybe I'll pull up over here somewhere, not on the highway, but maybe at the gas station or something. I'll check my phone. Now, would I get one of these? I'm not sure. I'm so torn. I like the Super Nakeds. I like those bikes. I like the Street Fighters. I mean, the ST they have, and ST probably puts down just as much horsepower as my Aprilia. But I don't know. I mean, you can just, with the ST, it's so versatile. You can throw bags on it and then you're ready to go. There's something about the look of like Street Fighters. I mean, don't get me wrong, that ST is very beautiful. The spacing of the wheel and with the forks, it does look a little odd to me, but with the 21-inch wheel on this bike, it looks perfect. It's not, it looks just like a regular touring ADV bike. You know, just with the 17-inch ring, it just looks a little weird to me. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like a supermoto. That front end has like a lot of travel and really a 17-inch tire, you know. Also right now I feel like the suspension's a little stiff, maybe because he was playing with the settings. I wouldn't ride it like this right now as a touring bike. You want a little softer. I'm hitting these bumps and it feels a little harsh, so he probably has he probably does have it, the suspension setting a little stiffer than you should be. I don't know why this is what I don't get sometimes here in New Jersey. Come onto the highway and we go slower. At least go speed of traffic here. Beautiful around here, beautiful.